Yep. Good evening, everyone. So last session, I given an overview of how do we set up environment for building an web application. So what is the basic environment for setting web application? One topic we learned. For that, I hope you tried all that. We have to, I will just give the summary of yesterday's. You have to download and install what? You need to download and install Node.js. Node.js we are using for a package manager called npm. And you need editor. We are using a editor called Visual Studio Code. And I given some extensions for Visual Studio Code. So we are using live server, one extension. Another one is VS Code icons. We can have these extensions. One more, we learned how to create a project, and we discussed about how to generate package JSON. Am I right? What is package JSON? What is package JSON? Package JSON contains metadata. Metadata means information about your application. Information about your application means which version you are using, so what dependencies you are using. All that information is present in package JSON. We learned one more file. So we created another file, ESLint. You remember this also, no? ESLint is for, what is ESLint? ESLint is JavaScript configuration file, language analysis tool. Actually, it is an JavaScript configuration file. When any project is using JavaScript, the rules for JavaScript can be defined by using ESLint. How to generate that file also I given you one small concept, right? So we created a project, we generated a package JSON file, and we generated this ESLint also. This is our project. Yesterday we created Visual Studio Code. In this, we created a project here, open folder. And our project folder is in some E drive, React web app. That is the project we created. And these are the files we are having in that folder. We created these folders manually. All these files are manually created. One extra folder is generated. That extra folder is node modules. Actually, this folder contains all the library that is required for your project. Suppose you are installing React, you are installing Angular, or you are installing any other library. That library related files are kept in this folder, node modules. So now we will first start with JavaScript. We will have some basic idea on JavaScript. Then we will use that knowledge in our React. Actually, to learn React, the basic prerequisite is HTML and JavaScript. You cannot learn React without HTML and JavaScript. First, you have to learn HTML and JavaScript, then only you are suitable for React. But here in this session, before starting with React, I will give you an introduction to JavaScript and some advanced concept of JavaScript, which is required for our React. Those we will discuss. So, which version of JavaScript we are going to learn? So, we are going to learn ES6. Okay. ES6. We are going to learn ES6, which is also called as ECMA script 2016. That is the complete version actually. ECMA script 2016. These are the versions of JavaScript. JavaScript versions are referred with ES. ES4, ES5, ES6. Currently, latest version we have 2022 release also. But companies are not using them. Companies are still using majority ES6. So we are going to learn that ES6. So in your resume, I will tell you at the end how we prepare a React resume. When you mention about what you learned in React, you have to mention about JavaScript also, and you have to mention which version of JavaScript. Then you have to define ES6. You have to tell ES6. If anybody asked which JavaScript you know, then you have to tell ES6. Okay. Now let's see some JavaScript basics. First, I will explain. JavaScript basics we will see. JavaScript basics, because you people have to learn these basics and come. I will tell you advanced concept in this session, but basics I will give a fast overview. So these you have to learn actually, right? Basics I will give a fast overview. In the JavaScript language basics, first you need to know about variables, data types, operators, statements and functions. These are the basics. In these functions, from functions onwards, I will give you detail. Some advanced topics we will discuss detailedly, right? So variables, data type, operators, statements, these are the general basics of JavaScript. Everybody, they have to learn these topics and come before starting with Angular or React like technologies. I hope everyone knows these. If not, I will just give one overview about them, but you should learn, right? So variables, data types, operators, statements, these are common in all technologies. In every programming language, you will find them. But in JavaScript, how they work, those points we will see. First, let's take today the overview of, we will start with variables. Generally, in computer programming, variables are used as storage locations in memory, where you can store a value, and use it as a part of any expression. Variables are storage locations in memory where you can store a value and use it as a part of any expression. Generally, in every computer programming, variables are storage locations. In JavaScript, JavaScript variables are declared by using three keywords are there: var, let, and const. I hope you know this. JavaScript variables are declared with var, let, and constant. So variables are declared by using these three keywords. What is the difference between these three keywords? I will give an overview. See, these are all general basics which already people learn, right? I am just giving a brief overview. I am not detailedly going into that because that becomes JavaScript class now, right? This is not JavaScript class, React. So here I will just give you highlights. of JavaScript. Which topic you need to detailedly understand, there I will spend some time to detailedly explain, because these basics are everybody learned, right? So you should know the difference between var, LLT and constant. Actually, what is the difference between var, LET and constant is actually syntax. You have to write like this: var and variable name. What is difference between these three is, first you should know that var actually it defines a function scope variable. Var defines a function scope variable. That means you can declare in any location inside the function, and you can access from any location inside the function. There is no restriction. You can declare in any block and you can access from any block. Then it is called as function scope. Function scope means you can declare and access from any block. You can declare in any block, and access from any block, another block you can access, another block. You can declare from in any block and access from any another block. That is what actually the function scope variable means. I will show you practically. We will see that. First, how to try this? Let's see. I will create one JavaScript file. We will create one JavaScript file. JavaScript file we will create in a folder called src. In src, I am adding a new file. I am adding one new file, and the file name I will give as some index.js. Usually JavaScript files have extension .js. Okay. In this, now I am writing one function. This function name is some f1, that is the function. In this function, we declared a variable called x. X is equal to some 10. After that, I am declaring a condition. If x equal to 10, this is a block. Here I am declaring another variable y is equal to 20. Now here x is a variable. This x variable is declared inside this function f1. Y is another variable, but this is declared inside this block, inside if block. But which keyword is used? Var keyword is used. If var keyword is used, even you declare inside the block, you can access outside the block. That means I want to access and print outside the block. In JavaScript, how to print? We can use, if you are trying JavaScript with HTML, then you have to use DOM methods. DOM method means document, dot write. You can use other DOM elements, alert, conform like things. But currently we will practice in a JavaScript file. Directly we will compile this JavaScript file and we will test it without HTML. In that case, we have to use an output method called console. Console.log. Console.log. What is the value of x? X equal to the value of x plus I am accessing x. After that space, I am using y equal to the value of y. That means I am using value of y. So plus y. Now actually y is declared inside this block. Y is declared inside this block, and you are trying to access outside that block, outside the block. Is it possible to access like that? It is possible if it is declared by using var. If it is declared by using var, it is possible. That is why it is called function scope. Function scope means you can declare in any block in a function and you can access from any block inside that function. Any another block you can access. That means you created in an inner block, you can access in an outer block. You created in an outer block, you can access in an inner block. Anywhere inside that function, you can access. This is called function scope. We call this as function scope. So, var is used to declare function scope variable. Function scope variable you can declare in any block and access from any another block, right? Now, how to run this and test it? To run this and test, what you can do is, this is the function. This function should execute. To execute the function, you have to use F1. You have to call the function. Now, how to run this JavaScript file? To run this JavaScript file, directly you can open this file in terminal. How to open in terminal? Right click on that file, open with integrated terminal. Then that file location will open in terminal. This is the location where our file is present. What is the file name? Index.js. How to compile a JavaScript file? We have to use Node. Node is the compiler. Yesterday you saw when we used ES configuration, it asked which compiling technique you want to use. You observed? There we selected that we will use a Node compiler. Node compiler. Here I am giving Node. What is that file name? Index.js. It will compile and it will show us the output. And the output is x equal to 10, y equal to 20. That means even you declared the y inside the block, it is accessible outside the block. Why it is accessible outside the block? Because it is declared by using which keyword? Var. Var. This is example. I will upload these examples into classroom and give it to you. Right? This is the example. I hope you all people have the classroom code. Otherwise, at the end, whoever missed it, I will give the class code. Yesterday, I uploaded the previous videos. Yesterday class videos, I will upload today. Today class videos tomorrow, because it will take time from cloud to download and give to you. Okay. So today related content, everything I will upload into classroom. You can get it from there. Videos I will update by tomorrow. Okay. Here, this is function scope. How to compile this? What you have to do? Node index.js. What is this file name we given? Index.js. You add that file and you need to compile and see. So this is first thing. Var is used for what kind of variables? Function scope variables. Second important point is, actually var allows declaring initialization and it assignment. All three allows. Var allows declaring initialization, assignment. Actually, variable configuration contains three phases actually. Suppose we have var x equal to 10. Now suppose var y is equal to 20. Generally we have these three techniques. The first one, this is called, we call this as declaring. That is declaring. In declaring, you will have var keyword and a name. After declaring, if you send some value into it, so that means here after declaring, we send some value into it. This process is called assignment. We call it as assignment. So it is declaring, it is assignment. At the time of declaring, if you send a value into it, while declaring itself, you send some value into it. This is called as initialization. That is called initialization. Many times people have wrong idea. Like if I ask what is this second one, many times people tell this is initializing 10. This is not initializing 10. This is assigning 10. Initialization means what? At the time of declaring a variable, if you send a value into it, that is called as initialize. After declaring, later if you send a value into it, then it is called assignment. Variable contains three phases: declaration, assignment, initialization. All three are supported by var. Var allows declaring, var allows initialization and assignment. So var x, what is it called as? Declaring, declaration. X equal to 10, what it is called as? Assignment. And suppose var x equal to 10, like this if I write, then this is called as initialization. It is called initialization. So var allows these three things. These are very, very important because in our React, these play the key role now. Whenever you are creating, configuring variables, you should know when, which option should be used. It is very important. That is var. Another point, var allows shadowing. Var allows shadowing, var allows hoisting also. Var allows both shadowing and hoisting. Shadowing means nothing but, for example, suppose here in this example, let's see. In this example, you see x is initialized. Initialized with how much? 10. It is declared already, right? Suppose I will write like this so that you can easily understand. Var x, it is called declaring. X equal to 10. This is called assigning. If this is checking condition, if x equal to 10, var y is equal to 20. This is called initializing. Y is initialized, x is declared and assigned, right? Now, this y is initialized. We will define y is equal to 30. What I am doing now? What I am doing now? Assigning. After initialization, if you want, you can assign. Then what will be the value of y now? Y value will be whatever value you latest assigned. That is, y will be how much? 30. But if I write var y again 30, this is called shadowing. This is called shadowing. This is not allowed in majority programming languages. Suppose you are learning Java, .NET, C, C++, they will not allow shadowing. Even in JavaScript also, shadowing is allowed only with var. Shadowing means redeclaring, say, or reinitializing same name identifier again. This is called shadowing. Actually, this is not shadowing. This is what? Assigning. Suppose I given again y is 40. What it is? Again assigning. You are reassigning only. But important is if you declare again var y again, it is called shadowing. Shadowing is supported. Shadowing is supported. Shadowing means redeclaring or reinitializing same name variable again. That is shadowing. You try this now. Let's compile. I will compile just for your visual sake, what I will do is I will compile this in a separate screen. So, but you can do in your terminal. I will open command prompt in that in my E drive CD React web app, in that CD src. Here the file is present. Here I will use node. What is it? Index.js, and you can see it is 30. It is not assigning, it is shadowing. Now, this is the process of shadowing. Generally, why we need this kind of shadowing is we need to clean up the previous memory which is already allocated, and we need to allocate a new memory and use it. But name is same. With the same name, memory must be newly allocated. In that case, we use this shadowing technique. Such situations will come in various occasions in working in various JavaScript technologies. So this is shadowing. Okay. Now another one is hoisting. Where allows hoisting. Shadowing means what? In a block, we have var y equal to 10. And again, we are giving var y equal to 20. This is called shadow. This is shadowing. This is called shadowing, right? Now, hoisting is nothing but, actually hoisting means, you see now, suppose I defined x equal to 10. X equal to 10. This is a variable assigned with a value, but variable is not declared. Variable is not declared. Variable is not declared. Without declaring a variable, you are assigning. And I will put here document.write. Sorry, here I will use console, right? Console.log. I'm using x equal to plus x. That means we are printing the value of x. And observe carefully here, this variable x we are declaring at the end. Is it possible to declare a variable after using the variable? Several programming languages will not support this. JavaScript supports. This is called hoisting. Hoisting means you can declare a variable any location you want. You can declare a variable after using the variable, but compiler will come to here first. Compiler will come to this location first. This mechanism is called hoisting. Actually, the concept is very straightforward. Hoisting means nothing but, suppose you see, just take some example, like suppose we take an example. Suppose we have some mountains, right? Now, some group of people are here. Some group of people are here. Now, these mountains are approximately 1 kilometer distance. Right now, one person from this group went here first, and he need to tell those people that I am here. Then he will hoist a flag. Am I right? So that these people can see from the far that it is hoisted. That means he is there. Generally, you see flag hoisting. Why a flag is hoisted? The reason is to tell that we are here. The meaning of flag hoisting is we are here. Somebody goes to Everest and hoist a flag to tell that I am here. Right? That means the intention of hoisting is to tell I am here. So that means now what happens is, in our technical concept, this is called hoisting. What is advantage of hoisting is, from the far you can see where it is. Now what happens here? This is compiler. Understood? This is compiler. Now x is equal to how much? 10. X is equal to 10. But declaration is given here, var x. Am I right? Now what this var can do? It can hoist this x. Understood? If it can hoist the x, this compiler can see directly here. and it will come here. That means there is no order required. You can declare anywhere, you can access anywhere, because if you use var, that means you simply think that the var is going to throw your variable in the sky so that everybody can see it, that compiler can see it. That is the mechanism of hoisting. Right now, actually, this is not supported in many programming languages. If you are using Java, C, C++, everywhere, it will show immediately error. It will say that, so variable is not declared. And it will, some languages will say that you cannot use before declaring. That means we have to first declare, then use. But in var, it is okay. You run this now and see node index.js. It is working fine. It is working fine. That means it will support hoisting. This mechanism is called as hoisting. That is hoisting example. Just roughly I defined this. Okay. These are all the points about var. JavaScript variables can be declared by using var. But var have so many things to understand. Another option, we can use LET also. But what is point about LET is, it is used to define block scope variable. Block scope variable. It is accessible only in the block where it is declared. It is not accessible outside. And not only that, actually, block scope variable is accessible to its inner blocks. Its inner blocks, not outer blocks. That means you declared a block scope variable that is accessible to another block which is inside, but it is not accessible outside the block. I will show you practically what is block scope variable. Block scope variable is simple. You see now, I am defining var letx. This is declaring x equal to 10. This is assignment. If x equal to 10, this is block. In that lety y is equal to 20. Now I am trying to access outside. So console.log x equal to the value of x and y is equal to the value of y. And this is how I define. Y is declared inside this block. Am I right? You are trying to access outside the block, which is not possible because you declared using let. It will not allow. Let's try. We will compile this now. It will show error. And see the error. It says that y is not defined. That means it is saying that this y is not defined. Because it is not defined here, it is defined in a block. You can access only in that block. Okay, we will do one thing now. We will shift this line into this block. Now y is inside the same block. It is accessible. Is x accessible? X is not in the same block. Na? X is not in the same block. Then how it is accessible? Because block scope means they are accessible to inner blocks. This is an inner block. Na? X is in outer block. What is the outer block of X? Outer block of X is this one. Am I right? If block is inner block. Am I right? That means it is accessible to inner block, but it is not accessible to the outer. That means now it will work fine. Now you run this and see it is going to work fine. So that is the meaning of block scope variable. Block scope variables, they are accessible only in the block where they declared and also to their inner blocks. They are not accessible outside. This is one point. That is the example for that point. Another point is LET allows declaring. Have we declared? Declaring allowed na? It allows assignment. It allows initialization. It allows all the three. Same like where it also allows declaring, assignment, and initialization. All three we are using here. Here, what is the first one? X is declared. What is the second one? It is assigned. What is the third one? Initialized. All three are working fine. That is okay. But here, LET will not allow shadowing and hoisting. LET will not allow shadowing and hoisting. No chance. Shadowing means, for example, I defined here y equal to 30. Is it allowed? Y equal to 30. Is it allowed? Yes, because it is not shadowing. It is what? Assignment. It is assignment. It is allowed. It is allowed. Now here I am writing LETY again. Now it is not allowed. Immediately error comes here. It says cannot redeclare block scoped variable. But it is possible with var. Var allows to shadow, but LET will not allow to shadow. Remember, LET is going to look for the name. It is not going to look for which keyword you use. That means now one more doubt will come. Suppose the above one is declared with var. Can I declare the second one with LET? Why you are saying yes, red mark don't come here? Is it possible? No, not possible. Why it is not possible? Because it is not looking about which keyword is used to declare. It is looking about the name of the variable is already taken or not. That means if LET have to declare a variable, that name should not be taken by anybody with any keyword, right? That means you see here now, I'm running this here and I'm running this here. It shows error. It says that identifier Y has already been declared. It will show that message. That means you cannot do that. So if I use the same keyword also, it doesn't matter because the concept is same. It is not looking for which keyword is used. It is looking for whether that name is already taken or not. So there is no chance of shadowing. No chance of shadowing. Shadowing not allowed. Hoisting also not allowed. Hoisting means what? Let's try. Suppose I given here x equal to 10. Console.log x equal to plus x. Now I am giving LETX. This is hoisting. And you see now, I run this again. Node index.js. It is not working. It says cannot access X before initialization. You cannot access. But if I do this by using var, let's run this and see it is working. But LET will not allow. LET will not allow. So LET is more restricted than var. So what is similarities? Only similarity is declaration. Declaration, assignment, initialization. But it is block scoped and it will not allow shadowing and it will not allow hoisting. That is actually the concept of LET. Now another const. Const actually it is also block scope. It is also block scope. Same like LET block scope, but very important, it will not allow assignment and declaration not allowed. it will allow only initialization. Only initialization, not even assignment. Assignment and declaration also not allowed. Assignment declaration also not allowed. Only initialization allowed. Only initialization allowed. That means you see now, I am declaring const x. It is not valid because const will not allow declaration. This is declaration. Na? Let's try assignment x equal to 10. This is also not allowed. That means you see it says that const declarations must be compulsory. Initialization compulsory. Now, for example, now I defined here. So I will put initialization means equal to 10. Now I am using x equal to 20. Is it allowed? Already I initialized, na? After initializing, I am assigning. Is it allowed? It is not allowed. Assignment not allowed. Assignment not allowed. Only initialization. Assignment not allowed. That means this is invalid. Suppose I write here console.log x equal to the value of what? X. Now you see here, when I run this, it says error. Assignment to constant variable is not possible. Assignment to constant variable is not possible. Only initialization. By seeing this, what many people think that this is x is read only. Right? But x is not read only. So x can reinitialize another value later. It is not read only. So many times people are confused here and they will fail majority of the situation interviews because of this question. They can't answer correctly. Why? Because when we generally ask what is constant, then they will say that we cannot change. Constant is not about changing. Constant is about initializing. Is not about changing. It is about initializing. If you tell that constant cannot be changed, immediately the interviewer will ask, then what is read only means? Then what read only means? Because read only means you cannot change. In JavaScript, we have both read only options, another one constants. Then he will immediately ask, then what is read only means? You are saying not changeable. So constant is not about whether you can change or not. It is about whether you can assign or not. Because it is not assignable with any another value, people may think like it is read only, but actually read only is different and constant is different. That means later what you can do is, if you want into that x, you can define anything else later. Initialization can change. Initialization can change. Read only and constant both are not same. It is completely different. Okay. So constant will allow what? It will allow only initialization. And of course, it will not allow shadowing and hoisting. Shadowing, hoisting, no chance. Only assignment. Only initialize. Only initialization. Whenever you define a constant, it must be initialized with a value. It must be initialized. Without initialization, you cannot use a constant. That means sometimes in our applications, we don't want any variable to be orphan. Orphan means without a value, don't know what value is coming. We want any value variable to know exactly what type of value is going to come. And it should work for only that. In that case, what we do is we configure by using const. So constants are used to tell that this variable is going to have some value before you start. It will fix that value, and that value you can use. Can we change a constant value? We can change a constant value at the time of initialization. At the time of initialization, we can send another value that I will show you in another example. Here I cannot show you because for that we need to take some input. I will show you one example. See, because here we cannot take input, I will show you in this page. You see now, this is a HTML page. I am declaring a constant. I am defining a constant username. Constant username, I am using some prompt. Suppose I am saying enter name. Enter name. Document dot write, I said hello, and that username. So this is a constant. It is initialized with something. Observe, see here now. It is asking what is the username. Enter name. I entered some name. So it taken that name. Is this name fixed now? Can't I change this name? Is this name fixed? Can't I change this name? I can change. Whenever again I reinitialize, I can change a different name now. Then how you say it is read only? Right? This is not read only. You can change. At the time of initialization, you can pass different. So that is the reason you will always go wrong if you say constant is read only. Constant is not about changing. Constant is about initializing. It is about initializing. So constant variables must be initialized. It must be initialized. This is basic point. I hope you understood these things. So the first thing you need to know in JavaScript is about variables. So lot of things are there about variables, but I given you highlights. So variables can be declared with var, let, const, and what is difference between var, let, and const, right? Next, second important, JavaScript data types. So JavaScript data types, variables and data types. JavaScript data types, actually, what is data type? Data type defines the data structure. Data type defines the data structure. Data structure means what type of data you can store and how much you can store. That means data type is not about only type. Many people are confused about this because when we ask what is data type, majority of learners will give answer like data type tells what type of data. It is not just type, it is complete structure of data. That means what type of data, what is the minimum range of data, what is the maximum range of data, in which scope that data can be accessed, everything. Data type defines the complete data structure. It is not just only the type. That means actually data structure defines both defines type and its range. It type and its range. For example, actually JavaScript data types are categorized into two types. One is primitive types, and another one is non-primitive types. I'm not going in detail about them because these all JavaScript basics you have to learn in JavaScript. I will just give a list here. Actually, primitive types. What are the primitive types? We have a number type, we have a string type, we have a Boolean type, we have a null type, and we have an undefined type. And in non-primitive types, we have an array type, we have an object type, we have a map type. These are non-primitive types. I will just give you some new overview points. That means in latest version, what you should know about them. Actually, number means any numerical value. Number means any numerical value, signed integer, unsigned integer, floating points, double, decimal. Actually number allows exponent, binary, hexa, octa also. A number allows binary types, exponent types, hexadecimal types, octa also. This all comes under number. String is a literal which will allow you to store some alphabets, numbers, and special characters. But what is new thing you have to know? Actually, what is new I will tell you. In number type, what new things you should know is from ES5. That means actually JavaScript latest versions, number type supports. So signed integer, unsigned integer, unsigned integer, floating point, we have double, we have decimal, we have exponent, we have binary, we have hexa, and we have octa. All these are supported in new types. Some are new, some are already supported. What are the new types? Are binary, hexa, and octa. These are the new types actually. So however, they are used mostly everywhere also. Actually, exponent means, signed means what? Signed means negative. Unsigned means what? Positive, right? Floating point means up to 2 fractions. Double means more than 2 fractions or integer is a double. Decimal means more than 4 and integer or more than 2 digits of fraction will be called as a decimal. Exponent means 2e3. E is an exponent. That means 2 into 10 to the power of 3. That will be actually 2000. E is an exponent value. Binary means 0B1010. That is a binary format. Binary format, it is used for 10. That is the binary of 10. Actually, we have hexa. I hope in HTML you learned hexa color codes. Hexa color codes means you can use. So from hexa range from how much? Hexa range from A to 0 to F. Hexa range from 0 to F. You know that. Octa uses an O value, O reference. That means suppose 0, O, some 7, 5, 6 like this octa. In different occasions, you may use these. Later in React also, you will come across with this. You will see how to use exponent or binary or hexa or octa like concepts. These are all under what type? Number. These are all number, right? This all comes under the category of number. Now, what is new thing you need to know is about string is, actually string can be in single quote, string can be in double quote, and the new is backtick. Now, JavaScript latest versions will support string in backtick. What is the advantage of string in backtick is, so single quote means you have to write like this. Double quote means like this. Backtick means like this. What is the specialty of backtick is, it allows embedded expressions. It allows embedded expression. Single quote, double quote will not allow expression. Only backtick will allow expression. And expressions are defined. Expressions are defined by using embedded expression $curly brace. That is how we write. Embedded expressions are defined by using $block. This is new in latest JavaScript, right? Generally string means single quote, double quote, but latest JavaScript, so from ES5 onwards it is there. So from ES5, 6 and other versions, you can use backtick for string. Backtick advantage is it can allow embedded expression. What is difference? I will show you. See, for example, I am typing here. Yeah. For example, in this function, I am typing var some user name. Username I am initializing John. that is a string. And where another one age. Age is a number. Now I am printing MSG1, message 1. In that message 1, I am using double quote for string. Here I have to write hello. After hello, I need to attach the username. To attach the username which is present in a variable, we have to use plus concatenation. What is the variable name? Username. After attaching a dynamic value, username, then again I need to continue my string. Then again plus again quotes. So hello, that username, you will be. After that again plus, I need to print the age. Age plus 1. Then I will put a parenthesis, age plus 1. That will be 22 plus 1, that is 23. And after that again plus, continue my string. Here I will display like you will be 23 next year. I am writing like this. This is how we are printing a string. This is very complex. Lot of concatenations are required because you want to put some dynamic values in between. Then lot of concatenation, before concatenation, after concatenation, but still not satisfied. Why still not satisfied? Because let's print this console.log msg1, message 1. Let's compile and see here. Node index.js. You will see it is not having proper gap. You can see after hello, there is no proper gap. Then what I have to do again, generally for a space, I have to put again empty quote plus. After username, again plus empty quote. After will be, again empty quote. After age, again empty quote. This will put a gap. And I run this and I run this. Now it looks better. It looks better. This is too much complex. Now in the latest version of JavaScript, I am writing message 2. I can use backtick. This is backtick, not single quote. This is backtick. In backtick, I am writing hello. After that, I need to bring a dynamic value. Then we have to use dollar curly brace. That is expression. In this expression, I can access username. After that, continue. You will be how much? Again curly brace. Age plus 1 next year. This looks better. This looks so simple. This is not allowed in double quotes. It is not allowed in single quotes. This is allowed only in backtick. Only in backtick. This is embedded expression. Embedded expression. Let's print the second message also. Console.log. I am printing msg2. Second message also I am printing. I will just give here index. You can see both are displaying same. But the second one is better. If you try this in a single quote, I am using single quote. Many people are confused that they think it is a single quote. It is not single quote, it is backtick. In single quote, if you write, you will see that it is not allowing. It will take that as a string. It is taking that as a string, right? So this expression is allowed only in which one? Backtick. Only in backtick that expression is allowed. These days, these are very important to use everywhere because lengthy string expressions we need to build by using this backtick, right? That is one new thing about the strings you need to know. So if you are coming from old versions of JavaScript, because generally React like technologies are learned by very senior developers. Those senior developers already know JavaScript from several years, but they don't know these new points. That is the reason. If you are a new learner of JavaScript, everybody learns this. Everybody knows. Latest learners of JavaScript, everybody know backtick. But people who are coming from old background and now learning React like technologies, sometimes they are not aware of the new representations. So that is the reason many times we have seen senior people learning React asked me personally that, sir, what is this dollar curly brace in JavaScript? They are already working on JavaScript from several years. That only the point is they may not be aware of the latest of some features in JavaScript. That is what we are highlighting here. So that because we use all latest features of JavaScript in our React, so that it will not be new. That is string. And another important, what is another one? What is another type? No need to explain Boolean types. You know Boolean. Boolean types will handle only true or false, right? Another one is null type. Another one is undefined. Undefined type. What is a null type? Null type means if value is not supplied dynamically into any reference, then it will return null. If value is not supplied into any variable at the time of compiling, then it will return undefined. At runtime, it is null. At compile time, it is undefined. It is undefined. So for example, suppose you see here, suppose we are using var x and console.log x is equal to plus x. There is no value in x. If value is not supplied into x, it is not error. It is not error. Automatically it will put undefined. It will put undefined. Undefined means there is no value supplied. That means at compile time, if there is no value, then automatically it will put undefined. Undefined. At runtime, it is not having value. Sometimes we will take runtime. Runtime means, suppose I am using a prompt or a text box. Through text box or prompt, we will send a value into it, and it is expecting a value and you are not sending. Then what it will return? Null. At runtime, it is null. At compile time, it is undefined, right? These are basically how we can configure the null and undefined type. Undefined type. This is basic one important here, right? Other advanced types are there. I will tell you. Don't worry about them, right? Initially, you need to know these types. This is what type? Primitive types. These are all primitive types. And what are the non-primitive types? JavaScript non-primitive types. Non-primitive types, we have one basic. First we will see one. It is an array type. Just an overview I will give about the array type. Generally, what is the purpose of array? Actually, the purpose of array is used to reduce overhead. It is used to reduce complexity. Reduce overhead and reduce complexity. Arrays are used for reducing overhead and complexity. Reducing overhead and complexity. That is the main purpose of array. You will learn in JavaScript about it. Actually, many times people coming from different language background, they will tell array is similar type of values. It is not. Array is not similar type of values in JavaScript. JavaScript array can handle various types of values. Various types of values. And the JavaScript array size can change dynamically. It can change dynamically, which is not possible in other languages. In other languages, array means similar type values. Array size cannot be changed dynamically, but in JavaScript, it's not like that. In JavaScript, array can handle different types of values. Array can change its size dynamically. Both are possible. Generally, we declare array like this, where some products is equal to by using a meta character, or we can also define products is equal to new array. You can define by using these two. Arrays can be defined, configured by using this. Arrays, you will learn detailedly in JavaScript about them. Here I am not explaining all that part. And difference is actually, suppose I said where values is an array. It is an array. In that you can store a string, in that you can store a number, in that you can store a boolean. You can store any kind of value. You can even store another array inside it, and suppose I defined, define some city. So I am defining like this. You can store even a function inside it. Anything you can define. Function, I am giving here some console.log. I am saying hello. That means lot of things are there in a array now. Array can handle any type of values. So it is not similar type. Suppose I want to access, you can access with reference of index. Value, what is it? Values of suppose I given 1, that means it is going to return what? 10. 0 is a, it will return 10. 10 is what? Number, right? 1. That means you can see here, I am running this, it will return the 10. Suppose I given values of 2 or 3, then it will return this array. In that array, I want to return the second value. Then we have to use again a square brace in that 1. That means this is at 0 and this is at 1. That means you can access the Delhi and you can display that. You can access the Delhi and display. There can be array inside array. You can access the function. How to access the function? Function is at 4. At 4, what is present? Function. Function is called like this. Function is called with a parenthesis. A parenthesis is used to call the function which is stored in that array. And you can see it will run that. And now we don't need console.log because it's itself is printing. That means just what you have to do, values of 4 and parenthesis. That's it. Now what it is going to do, it is going to call this function. It is going to call the function, then it will execute that function hello. So array can store any kind of value. Array can access any type of values. This is an example. What is new about array you have to know is, that is the new concept you have to know. So array supports destructuring. Array supports destructuring. Destructuring array is something new you need to know. Destructuring array is nothing but, for example, in the array, here we have, suppose I am typing like this. So many are there. It's okay. Here itself you can try. You see now, I want to access them separately. If I want to access them separately, what we have to do, suppose I want to access this array separately. Generally, how we do, we will declare cities is equal to values of which index number it is? 3. That means this array will come and it will be accessed with cities. Suppose I want to access that 10 value, where n is equal to values of how much index number it is? 1. Like this we need to separate. But now we have a easy technique. Just you declare in the square brace, we have some suppose name, we have ID, we have stock, we have cities, we have some function, that means hello, that's it, is equal to values. This is destructuring. This is destructuring. Now what happens here? Suppose this is some name, am I right? And you observe this will be stored, that will be stored in this reference. Understood? It will be stored in this reference. This will be stored in this reference. This will be stored in this reference. That means these values will be stored in those references. That means whatever present in values array, they are going to assign to these variables. This is destructuring of array. This is a common practice these days. Everywhere in regular, everyday React, you will see this. In everyday React examples, you will find destructuring array. So you will find everywhere. This is new concept. That means now how do we print cities? Just we have to use console.log. What is it? Cities. That cities is an array. You can see it is going to print that cities. If I want to access the first city or second city, then cities of 1. Then it is going to print only Delhi. Right? This is destructuring. Suppose I want to access the function. How to access the function? Just hello. Hello is a function. Because in hello reference, a function is stored. I run this, it will print that hello. That is how usually we use destructuring. This is one new thing you need to understand. Okay. So generally all these latest JavaScript learners in the latest concept, they are learning all this. They know all this. But people who are not aware, they should know these key points. That is how we configure destructuring, right? And array methods, I hope you people know. You will learn that in JavaScript. Array have so many methods. What are array methods? We have index of, we have last index of, we have push, we have pop, right? We have slice. So we have unshift. So we have like splice. So many methods are there for array to manipulate array. Actually for string also, lot of string methods are there. Index of, last index of, substring. So, and slice like this, character char code those are all string related functions. These are all array methods important for manipulating arrays, right? You will learn all these in the concept of general JavaScript. I just given an overview on what is the array. And now object type and operators, functions, and other new types we will discuss. That we'll see tomorrow. Right? This is enough. First, you take a look on all these things. Then tomorrow, we will discuss about operators, functions, and we will go into OOP concepts. And what is new, I will tell you. What are the new concepts we will discuss here. Right? Once you finish all these, then only we can start React. Okay? Then tomorrow we will continue with this. We will see what is object type, what are new things, map types and others we will understand. Okay? Tomorrow we'll continue. Yeah, anyone newly added, I will offline, anyone newly coming today, you can get the code. This is the classroom code for demos. This is the Google class code. You can note down this code and join this so that you will get the daily note, and videos also I will upload. Till yesterday, I will upload the videos today. Right? This is the class code. You can join here. For online people, I will copy this link. Yeah. Okay, right. Then we will continue tomorrow. Right. Yes, Amir, what is your doubt?
Can we destructure array of object? Okay.
What is your question?
You have array of object, and we need to that array of object to
You learned already JavaScript, right?
Right.
And then you must know this. If not, you can wait till tomorrow session. Okay.
Okay.
And that is basic of JavaScript, na?
Yes.
You know, you learned already.
I know about JavaScript.
Then you must know, is it possible? What do you say?
By using destructuring.
Is it not possible to destructure an object?
Yeah.
Seriously?
It is
that
possible.
Means you don't know the proper JavaScript. It is possible.
Yeah, it is possible.
That then means what is your doubt?
You have array of object.
Array of objects also destructuring is possible.
Okay, that is my question.
You don't know that?
No, I don't know.
Destructuring is possible for any kind of data inside array.
Okay.
Right? Have you tried it?
No, I tried today or tomorrow.
You haven't tried, but just you
Yeah.
have doubt. Huh?
Yeah.
Before having a doubt, try everything first. Huh?
Okay.
That will be a better one to understand technology. Okay.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay. Thank you.
yes, Rajshri.
Sarji,
Yes.
sir, I am Angular student. I am joining this also React also, but
Yes.
you have not uploaded that MongoDB example you have already shown to us. But I
Project,
don't.
entire project I uploaded now.
Sir, which in
Entire
Google?
project folder I uploaded.
Where, sir? Which link?
Same in the Google Classroom link. You are asking about database also to upload. Huh?
No, sir, not a database. That demo which you have shown, na that
Yeah,
one.
it's fine. If it is not there, I will check once and I will update it. Okay, na?
Yes, Sarji. Please.
Yeah. Okay, sure.
Okay, thank you, Sarji.
Right.